Alright, welcome back to Nick Lenz's Doctor Who Review, episode number 112. We're here reviewing the second ever Fifth Doctor story, which was also the second story for season 19 of the show. Forward to Doomsday! Yes, this one. Released for the time period of January 18th to January 26th of 1982. Yeah, kind of a bizarre story. From what I read, this was chronologically the first thing they recorded. The first thing they shot for season 19. Before Cash the Valve. Despite the fact this was set after Cash the Valve, kind of. So, for all the characters, you have the four companions. The Doctor, Nyssa, Tegan, Adric. Of the four of them, this is, of course, like I said, this is Fifth Doctor's second story. For Nyssa, this actually is her fourth story she was in, because her debut was in Keeper Tragan, and of course, her Legopolis, the last two stories for Fourth Doctor, and now she's appeared here. For Adric, this actually is his seventh story he's appeared in. Seventh. So it starts off with the four, basically, where they're trying to get back to Heathrow Airport so she can get to her job on time. So, and they're getting close, and then when they land, of course, basically, Doctor check on something, and of course, basically, we have Adric laying off a sexist remark about Tegan and Nyssa, or basically of how grouchy they can be, or something like that, and Tegan's like, I heard that, and he's like, you're meant to, and like, I heard that too. It's like. And of course, basically, he's like, I'm a woman. He's like, no, you're a girl. Well, he's saying that because Nyssa is a teenager, and I think Tegan's supposed to be about 20-ish. She's an adult. And by the way, the whole story, she is wearing this, her flight attendant outfit that she's worn for the past. See, the thing for Tegan is, for her, it's her third story she's appeared in. Third. Because she first appeared in Legopolis, then the previous story, and now this one, her third ever story. And still wearing the same outfit. You're thinking, wait, when did she change her outfit like she did later on in the series? Well, she didn't stop wearing this flight attendant outfit she's wearing until the end of the season. It's the start of the very next season show that she stops wearing it because in universe, she got, well, her words, she got sacked. Basically, she got fired from her job. So she went to Australia, go to Australia to see her, I think it was like someplace in Europe to see her cousin. That was actually Arc Affinity, believe it or not. The series, the story that starts season 20 of the first show. So, they arrive on this very weird looking spaceship that looks like any generic spaceship that's popped up in Doctor Who. In the case of Fifth Doctor, this actually is the first time he's appeared on the spaceship. The last time Doctor appeared on an actual spaceship for a whole story, it's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while since we had a whole story set on a spaceship. Now you're probably thinking, like, what was the last known story to be ever be set on a spaceship? Was it Castrovalva? Oh heck no, not Castrovalva. You're thinking, okay, how about the not E-Space? Megalos? I don't think so. Feels like it's been a while where the whole story is set on a spaceship. Okay, that's on a planet. Let's see. I'm looking basically at the season. Leisurely Hive. I don't think this is set in a spaceship. No, that's set on a planet. So you're thinking, okay, what could possibly have been the last known story to have the whole story set in a spaceship? Well, definitely wasn't season 17, I know that for sure. Because all those stories were set on planets. What about season 16? The Key to Time. Yeah, those are all 7 planets. Okay. What about season 15? Okay. Invasion of Time. No, that's on Gallifrey. Underworld. I believe this is set on a it's a planet, this one. Okay. The Sunmakers. No, this one's set on a planet. And in general, no. I think the last one officially not set on a planet was... And this is like the whole story, not like part of the story. I'm looking it up to see what was the last one did this. I think it may have been Robots of Death. No, that's set on, I think it was, it's still on planet, so I'm not counting that one. So, now Face of Evil, now Deadly Assassin. So, it's been a while. I'm looking. I think the last one officially where it's not set entirely on a planet. It could be one or two stories. Planet Eve was mostly set on a spaceship, but partially set on a planet. But entirely on a spaceship, or at least something not on a planet. Probably the first one since Revenge of the Cybermen. That was probably the last time this ever happened. Was that story? Yes. So then, of course, they wear these weird things on their heads. They have to wear that. Doctor asks them to wear those because an auction to meet the person charred. We have Monarch, Persuasion, and Enlightenment. Persuasion is the male once next to Monarch. Enlightenment is the woman, and they look like basically their boss. There's some millennial type species, like people around for a long time. And the way Monarch is, he is like very high opinion about himself. He thinks that basically they have the most advanced technology in the whole universe. And they have, we had people here around for a long time, except it's discovered later on these people are all robots. Very weirdly designed robots where not much metal. It is just basically like a organic covering with like basically a skeleton with a chip. And it was weird special effect at the end of, I think it was part 1, I think it was, where they reveal the fact that the guy is a robot when he shows his face. It's a very weird look. It's like his light surrounding his face. And then go back to normal guy talking. I thought that was really... the special effect looked fine. But it looks on screen like so bizarre. Like the whole thing with the robot thing, I thought that was really cool. But the face reveal, that was a bit interesting. And apparently all like that. Because apparently all have their minds downloaded the chips. And that's how they stay alive for 35,000 years. Oh my gosh. And of course the documentary is like, Chinese, of course they... Apparently, it's related on the story. Okay, so they juice themselves. Of course, we know about the Doctor, TARDIS, every super wants to. And apparently, they know, I have all this knowledge. Except I know nothing about Time Lords or the Doctor. At all. It's one of those rare occasions we come across a species who does not know who the people of Gallifrey are. Very rare to come across that. So, Adric spills the beans later on in the story of like, the fact that society was founded by Rassilon. They've heard of him because they mentioned the Eye of Harmony, which is something that's actually on Gallifrey, featured in one story in Classic Who, which was featured in The Deadly Assassin. Which then, for some reason, the Eye of Harmony is also on the TARDIS in the Doctor Who movie that came out in the 90s, which that was really weird. Or the one that popped up in Inside of TARDIS story where you had these people trying to raid the TARDIS. Yeah. So, Adric seemingly betrays them, and then Nissick gets knocked out twice in the story. Yeah, told to be sedated, but not harmed. But doesn't want to kill the Doctor because basically he follows his Doctor's knowledge. Yeah, and for the second story in a row, it seems that Adric has turned traitor. Last one was basically just a ploy by the Master. This one, it's weird. Apparently, the actor who plays Adric didn't like the whole idea of portrayal. Peter Davison's not a fan of the story at all. Also, there was a scene in here where you have Tegan talking to Aborigine. Makes kind of some sense she might know the language, given the fact she's from Australia. Of course, the actress is also from Australia, too. Yeah. Janet Fielding is Australian. That has been public knowledge for years. And apparently, from what I read, the scene where she's talking to the Aborigine in his language originally was gibberish. She didn't like it very much, so she requested the scriptwriter to consult BBC language on how to speak, well, something similar to Aborigine. So they pick Twee, I think it's called. That's right around here. And that's another conversation. Now, I'm sure she may have studied the language when she was in school. That's so she can understand what the heck they're saying. Though, if you're curious, is the guy who's supposed to be the Chinese person, like, is that basically like a guy under Yellowface? Unlike in the case of what happened with, whatchamacallit, what was his name? Unlike what happened with the character from Talons of Weng-Chiang, let's see. Well, the guy played Aborigine. Don't know. He's since passed away. Okay. So. Okay. So by looking at the actor, he since passed away. Passed away several years ago. Let's see. Is he Asian? Because Talons of Weng-Chiang, which when they featured a Chinese character, it was a character in Yellowface, which of course has been not well received over the years. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he's Asian. So good job, basically, for casting an Asian. Apparently, the actor who played him, Bert Kowick, apparently he was in. I kid you not, he was in Goldfinger. Who did he play? I think maybe he played Mr. Lang, maybe? I'm guessing. Yep, I was right. He played Mr. Lang, the Chinese expert. He apparently also as a general. He only lived twice. As a Japanese operative, despite the fact the actor is, he's British, but he's actually Chinese. Yeah, you're like interesting. Gotta give high praise, basically, for them doing that. Yep. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, we have the cliffhangers. This one are interesting. It's like, oh, we're dealing persuasion and enlightenment of turning to humans wearing the clothes that. In another scene where Tegan had drawn the thing. The second one, cliffhanger, was the whole thing about the fact people on the ship were actually androids. The third one was two Romans, but they execute the doctor, but trying to behead him. But look if Adric stops it. Also, they briefly take away a sonic screwdriver. Tegan got enough of what was going on in the spaceship, so she programmed the TARDIS to take her off the spaceship, though she was adrift, and she tried her best, basically, to use the damn thing. So just give up, throw the book of the TARDIS on the floor, and stomped on it. Yes, because she just did not know how to power the damn thing at all. She just wanted to get away because she just couldn't stand the stuff on that spaceship. Persuasion is eliminated by Adric. Enlightenment, not much what happened to her. Monarch is defeated by the Doctor. They mention also poison the ship too. So they defeat him by throwing poison at him, except actually shrunk him. Yes. And he's never seen again after this. Yeah, if you're curious though, does it return after the story? Well, no. This is his only appearance. I think maybe... Okay, so let's take a look at Enlightenment. I don't remember how she got killed off in the story. Oh yeah, Adric knocked her out. So Adric took out Persuasion and Enlightenment. Persuasion basically... Yeah, he's a bit bizarre, to say the least. And apparently Persuasion, this is interesting. So, one of the actors considered for the role was future Sixth Doctor actor Colin Baker. Yeah. So, when the story ends, it ends on a rare cliffhanger for Fifth Doctor. Yeah, so I remember quickly, a lot of the Fifth Doctor stories generally didn't end on cliffhangers, like the actual end of the story. This is the first one to do it. And ends on a cliffhanger with Nyssa collapsing. Actually, she just fainted. And was wondering what the heck was going on with her. And leads to the next story. Yep. Because, excuse me, a lot of the time, basically, where you have these stories for Fifth Doctor, this is the first one I've seen, basically, where, of course, I've seen it some time ago. I wasn't necessarily a big fan of this one, per se. Yeah, Forward to Doomsday is not my favorite stories for Fifth Doctor. No. I do like House of Elva. I like that story. I like Time Flight, Resurrection of Daleks, Earthshock, The Five Doctors. Heck, I kind of like even Warriors Deep because it's kind of a fun story. Like, up the 19th season, like, this one right here is my least favorite. Because, just not that interesting, sadly. 20 has got some really good stories, and oh my gosh, 20 was so good. Yeah, so, with this one, I have technically 2 more stories that they go for season 19 for the show. 20 has 1 story left. 21 has, this is shocker, 2. Yep, 2. But looking up basically the stories I did actually enjoy for the show, I've already reviewed already. I'm looking forward to reviewing Awakening and Frontieros. Those I'm looking forward to. But of course, basically, like, this in particular, for Doomsday, I actually purchased myself from Amazon. Yes. But next story, no, I don't own it. And that'll be Kanda. I'll be discussing that next episode. Okay, so that's pretty much it for particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, to notifications. Next up, anime open topics. And then I'm actually going to be discussing next episode of Overlord. No, Overlord. One Piece after that. Okay? Thanks for you. Bye.